Week 4 in reflection. Putting everything you have done in the past 4 weeks is a challenge. Having to research what Newton's law, Hooke's law, gravity, velocity are. Week 4 in class was a laid-back session compared to the previous 4. Team members are amazing, especially if they are pushed to the limit. In week 4, there were nerves rattling, brains ticking, and some irritation in the mix. As a class, we looked at Logger Pro 3 more in depth, transferring our videos to the computer to be able to track and record data, being taught how to correlate our findings in Logger Pro 3 and Excel. David also talked to us about our charts and diagrams that we'll use in the TIM. The TIM was clarified with further instructions in the previous week, but I really looked at the details in this week. It was brought to our attention that we were unable to capture the landing. This is only due to the camera not able to capture the quick exploding of the balloon or the previous steps before it landed. In this week, I learned how to transfer my videos. I became really familiar with Logger Pro 3 and Excel programs. Learning how to recreate data without even tracking it was pretty interesting. This is referring to the landing data. I also learned towards the end of this week that one of my lab partners dropped the class. This made me a little irritated, but it all works out for a reason. I learned that Luke made some modifications on the slingshot. He placed what I call a pivot to allow the amount of stretch to be constant. I also learned that when I go outside and stand in the grass anywhere on campus, I need to wear bug repellent. I need to know how we're going to perform on the due date. I am also interested in how to transfer our TIM to the ePort since I am having difficulties getting it to work. I'm curious to know how the MMP turned out since we left that in Josh's hands to complete. I need to know how the interview process will work out since we begin that in the next week. You have 3 types of team members. One team member allows you to complete all the work on your own. The second type of team member cheers you on throughout the whole process, helps a little bit, then drops you when the stress level gets too high. The third team member stays with you, helps you, and gives you ideas to make sure the job gets done. This past week was nerve-wracking, not knowing if you're going to get it done. This new week, we launch and we do some interviews. Until next time, don't stress out. Everything will come to you with ease.